Hello and happy Freedom Friday to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Cancers. I'm going to give you questions for the moon in Sagittarius, even though the moon is not in Sagittarius yet, but it will be moving into Sagittarius. So let's get into it, Cancers. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So before it's in Sagittarius, it's in Scorpio, right? So speaking of Scorpio, you have your video that I recorded and uploaded for in preparation for Pluto going retrograde May 2nd of 2024. So you can go ahead and get in front of a lot of things in terms of breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. Just watch the video. Watch the video. Watch the video. Let's get into it. I'm talking to you if you have Cancer anywhere in your birth chart. Anywhere Cancer is placed in your birth chart, I am talking to you, and you. All right, Cancers, let's do it. Happy Freedom Friday. You may be watching the video on the last day of February, but this is for the 1st of March through the 1st of April, okay? This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. I've already prayed over your cards. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Remember, we do not solicit readings, and sometimes people get messages in their DMs. That's not us. Right? Just report it. And sometimes people solicit donations in DMs. That is not us. Please please report it. Okay. All right, Cancers. All right. Thank you to those of you all who have gotten your digital journal and your digital calendars. The link is below in the description. And thank you for those of you all who also support on Patreon. The 6-month prediction video is up. All right, so here we have the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Here we also have the Moon card, the 4 of Cups, and the High Priestess energy, right? So in your major arcana, we have the Moon card and the High Priestess. Somebody has already started to weigh the pros and cons of two types of energies, and people who don't believe in themselves, it could be attached to 50 different types of energies. Okay, 50 energies, right? So it's two types of energies. The more and more you operate in your High Priestess energy, where you're saying, I feel like their energy, once more you start believing in your spiritual gifts, this is the I believe sign, right? And so obviously you're the I feel sign. The more you start to pay attention to your beliefs when it comes to feeling like people don't know what their purpose is, why they're here on planet Earth. Because when people know what their purpose is, and ultimately every human being's purpose is to help better mankind right here on Earth. When you come up against energies that they go against you to try to hurt you and hurt other people, somebody is starting to learn through your gifts. I need to start tossing some things into a burning bowl. Here we have the 8 of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 4 of Cups. And then we have the Ace of Swords, right? So with your gifts, I see somebody, letting the past fall by the wayside. So the Moon card is the 18th card in tarot. The High Priestess is the second card. And so when you think about 9 and 2, it's 11, right? Those two ones in Roman numeral, right? So you think about these are two pillars, right? So you're saying, I need to get off the fence. I need to stop nurturing energies that would be overwhelmed. I can see would be overwhelming for me. I believe would be overwhelming. And I feel like I've weighed the pros and cons, right? But it's also 18 and 2 is 20. 20 means that, or the number 2 means that your peace is paramount, right? So all it takes is for you to believe that other energies don't know what their purpose is. They're not interested in knowing what their purpose is. And you believe that they would be a danger to you serving at your highest frequency. Like it doesn't align with your purpose for you to say, I need to move on, right? I need to move on. And that's where somebody is tossing some things into a burning bowl and not even sitting around ruminating over anything anymore. So I definitely see you toss some things into a burning bowl and you're definitely moving on. It could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that somebody tossed into a burning bowl, or those types of energies that are selfish, attention seeking, outbursts of anger, lack of patience, impulsive behavior, energies that are arrogant, inflexible, lazy. They don't want to do the energy work. They're dogmatic and prideful. They're domineering. They're jealous. They're competitive. energies that are brutal, people who are boastful, those kind of energies. I see you leaving those types of energies behind, right? Not even nurturing it because they manipulate your emotions. They cause you to overthink. They cause you to ruminate on just things. And so the more and more you sit around and think about it, the more and more you become sadder and sadder and sadder. Like emotionally, you feel like you start to land up on the dark side of Cancer, right? Moody, unpredictable, waiting for somebody else to pour some joy into your life or pour some creativity into you. And so source is saying no. You can pour water back into yourself. You can do something, juice fast. You can listen to water sounds at night. You can even watch those movies. Like if you think about watching movies of like water, like people have like you see them on vacation. It's like a beach or ocean or something. Like you can watch those types of movies, right? Anything that's going to kind of calm you down and just kind of put you in a more serene space, Cancer. That's what I'm seeing for you all. Drinking more water, taking your spiritual showers, spiritual baths, those kind of things. Okay? Yeah. Yep. So since Scorpio is a water sign, so this is where you're saying, okay, I'm diving deep all the way to the depth of my emotions because I need to flush some things out so they need to be clearer and clearer. You have a guardian angel that's helping you to, and by the way, this is attached to Sagittarius, and I'm going to give you the questions for Sagittarius, but you have a guardian angel on the other side that's really helping you, helping you with, because it looks like a lot of gifts were passed down to you, right? Remember, when you're highly spiritually gifted, you can also pick up on people's gifts and their curses, right? And so, have you ever, let me give somebody an example of what I'm talking about. Have you ever picked up on an energy that for you identified it as a demon, but it's like you're looking in the mirror at yourself? So, let's say for some people eating certain types of foods give them joy, right? So we're talking about your sensuality, sexuality, joy, healthy range of emotions, those kind of things, right? So let's say for instance that you notice that you have a manager that every time they get stressed at work, they have like just a lot of desserts everywhere, and it's almost to a point you just know that when they're stressed they just eating a bunch of desserts, right? And so for you that could have been the old you, but you're saying I need to stay away from that because I already see what that is. I see exactly what that is. I can see that this person is stressed and they got donuts everywhere, they got cake, they got pies, they got all of this stuff everywhere, and I know it's just stress eating, right? So it's the same thing if you've ever had a sex addiction or a substance addiction or alcohol addiction or whatever. Sources saying once you identify as something as being a demon and it doesn't align with your purpose, it can even be a gossiping addiction, right? Whatever it is, where you just can't stop yourself, and so that causes you to feel low about yourself down to a point of just like you feel low about yourself, right? You feel low about other people. You can't find a joy in anything. So it's just saying that's when if you keep a circulation of water, listening to water sounds, the vibration of water, doing your juice and water fast and doing things that nurture your spirit, you'll recognize things in other energies and go, wow, that's what I'm leaving behind. I've identified that as a demon and I'm leaving it behind. So you definitely have a guardian angel that's helping you, with that. So I do see somebody moving forward and traveling light, physically, emotionally, mentally traveling light. That's what I'm seeing for you. So here's the Knight of Pentacles. That's what's going to keep somebody busy, like doing things doing things that you love to do, right? So let's say you have, a bakery and you have healthy, how like when people work in certain establishments, they like, man, I don't know how you can work around all this good food and not just, eat constantly all day because they've identified things as being their demon and they've replaced it with something they like to do. They say, okay, yeah, I don't have to sit around and eat that all day because I'm working. I'll be literally eating my whole paycheck, right? So they had to, in their mind, recognize that was a demon, but now it's not. And so they had to kind of move on from it. So that's what I'm saying for somebody. Somebody is pouring that water into something else that you love to do. So that's what I'm saying for you. So yeah, here we have the strength card. So you're definitely tapping into your strength, and staying away from certain types of energies that would be a temptation for you. And again, here's the moon card again. You're leaving it behind. Definitely leaving it behind, right? Because especially when you feel like, or let's say for instance, as the mother of the zodiac, I'm talking to men and women, you feel like you can save energies, but remember that could be the thing that just really wakes somebody up. Remember, you can't save people, right? They have to want to save themselves, so that could make them very angry that you can't save them, or that you're not even waiting around. So when you think about the strength card, when you tapping into your strength, looking at that, I feel like somebody maybe dealing with an energy that is arrogant, inflexible, lazy about the work that they have to do for themselves, and kind of expecting for you to keep pouring into them. They could be domineering, jealous, very competitive. You're leaving those types of energies behind. They can be impatient, right? So here we have, or try to make you feel like you're impatient with them. So here we have 10 of Pentacles. So somebody is definitely thinking more of legacy wealth. Right now, I feel like somebody's on this journey of financial independence first, right? And then thinking legacy wealth. And just like you see how in this card right here, loyalty is important. Dogs, when we think about dog, we think about loyalty, protection, right? Those things are important, but there are gray areas. And so when you think of who you're procreating with, you do have an ancestor that's watching over you, someone who has already transitioned. That's important for you. So you're recognizing everything is not just black and white. So you're saying I've already invested time and energies who feel like they've wasted their time, and I'm not going to let them waste my time, right? And so that could add to them not believing in themselves, and holding on to a lot of secrets, and that kind of thing. But I definitely see, for you moving forward, Cancer, I definitely see a breakthrough happening for you. So here's Ace of Wands. Third eye is wide open. So look forward to, like, you seeing yourself moving forward. Like, get it in your mind, wherever it is that you're physically going. I see somebody physically moving. Wherever it is that you're physically going, get it in your mind that there are no obstacles standing in your way. Here we have the three of Wands. Two types of situations in particular is going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. It's going to feel like a huge weight, like, okay, I feel liberated. And those are two blessings that you've been praying for are coming your way. So whatever the two types of situations that have been kind of sort of, if somebody's waiting to be burned again, whatever the two types of situations, Source is saying, I'm gonna give you the strength to move forward, and not look back at all. So start tossing some things into a burning bowl and keep on moving forward. Right here we have Five of Pentacles. You're very close to opening up that vault door, right? And so Five and Knight of Pentacles. Source is like, the harder you work on yourself as getting out of the cold, or getting away from energies that give you the cold shoulder, the faster you'll be moving towards this, feeling like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. So, yeah. All right, Cancers. Let's see what else we got going on here. Any other messages here? We have the Queen of Pentacles. People definitely hold you in very high regard, Cancer. They see you as down to earth and quite relatable. And I see you building a very rich legacy with somebody. So whoever you decide to build with, that's going to be one of the prerequisites, is that they are financially independent themselves, and they're not coming to you looking for a handout. They don't have a goal in mind, whether it is to drain you dry emotionally, or and then give you the cold shoulder when they can't drain you dry, emotionally. So you could be dealing with energies that when they don't get what they want. Here's the Moon card again. So you're leaving a lot of things in the past. Oh my God. There's a lot of energies that you're leaving in the past. Moon card, a lot of family secrets, a lot of stuff, that could have overwhelmed you. And so, wow. Okay. Yeah, you definitely have a guardian angel that's sending you a lot of messages about a lot of things, that you're leaving behind. And wow. Mm. So somebody could be having a lot of daydreams, a lot of night dreams, just a lot of visions that you're having, a lot of spiritual vision, a lot of clarity that's coming down, about family, just in general. And so, and just like what you want to, and it is like a lot of gray area when it comes to when you're talking about building family legacy, right? Um, And so, somebody, as you're gaining clarity about your family, you're learning that when it comes to family, it's not as black and white as you think, right, Cancer? So, when you're thinking about other people's family, it's not as black and white as you think, right? So, that's why I mentioned to you all before when we talk about cutting ties with energies. A lot of people, time when people feel like people are just cutthroat, they just cut people off and just emotionally just recover from that. People don't know that you may be crying silently or that you may be sad that it had to come to that. But source is saying, but you're still moving on from it because you got work to do. This is further reiterating that you have purpose, right? The sun illuminates the moon, but you refuse to um, revolve around someone else. In other words, you refuse to keep pouring into energy as if you don't. Your purpose is to serve them as if they're your God. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep pouring into energies that don't see your value. They don't want to even believe that you have value, except just to keep running to their aid, their beck and call. So whoever those energies are, there's just a lot of secrets that, like I said before, that's being revealed. Here we have the Nine of Swords, and that maybe coming through nightmares. Just a lot of pain that somebody's leaving behind in the family. Here we also have the Six of Wands, but I definitely see, you're going to be double booked and busy. Double booked and busy. 3 and 6 is 9. Here we have the Ace is 10, and then we got 10 here. So, like I said before, there's a lot of things that you're leaving behind, but I definitely see double booked and busy and not burdened at all. So yeah. So like I said, I see double booked and busy. Like, so for the two types of energies that you're leaving behind a lot of family members and people who. Let me see how I can put this. So Source sent you, Cancer, across people's lives to help them to believe in themselves, right? To help them to learn how to not only find their purpose, but your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. So you're teaching people that they need to get their rest. You're teaching people, like, you have a to be able to be the mother of the zodiac sign is a very important role, especially here on Mother Earth, where it's so much when you realize you come across so many people who haven't been nurtured properly. And so Source is saying to you, you teaching yourself how to nurture yourself properly may come across as selfish to some people because you're trying to live you're trying to live a clean water life while you're breaking cycles, chains, and curses. And so Source is saying, generational cycles, chains, and curses. Somebody's loved one, it could be a grandparent on the other side, is just saying, the compassion comes in, is just the compassion for self, is that things are not as cut and dry as people think. Like, how some people are like, oh, all they have to do is just go to school and get their degrees and life will be different. But see, they chose to go paint rocks on the beach, or they just chose to. Things are not that black and white. And that's where you're coming in, is a very nurturing type of spirit, but no longer over nurturing, if that makes any sense to somebody. So every time Source sent you across people's path, and again, I'm talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart, Cancer, but I want you all to receive this. Every single time Source sent you, in particular, if you're watching this video, across people's path, it was teaching them this is what nurturing looks like. Now, Cancer can't force you to nurture yourself, but Cancer can show you what nurturing looks like, right? So your dilemma, Cancer, has been constantly being burned by energies, right? you come across, and I'm talking to men and women cancers, you come across as that nurturing dad, you come across as that nurturing mom, that nurturing uncle, that nurturing aunt, that nurturing cousin. Like, you relate to people's emotions, right? And so, but when you move on, when people realize they can't manipulate your emotions anymore, it sends them into a tailspin. It's like a person who has been you come across their path and you give them fresh water. You don't burn them, you don't hurt them. You take the high road even though they're trying to burn you, and you decide, yeah, I need to move on from this, and you keep on getting blessed. This is what I'm looking at in the cards, and you just keep getting blessed despite them trying to burn your reputation. And they are like, they can't handle it. Like, what the heck just happened? What was that? Right? What was that fresh, clean water that came across my path? So all I can say to you, Cancer, is continue planting seeds. Here we have Seven of Pentacles, because it really is harvest time for you. It really is harvest time, for you. So like I said, yeah, so 4 and 7 would be 11, right? And so 11 is a master number. And so Source is saying, don't give it any more time. When you've gotten a cold shoulder from people, don't even give it any energy whatsoever. Don't prepare a speech if they call you or try to call you. Don't anticipate their return. Just block it. That's it. Just block it. Source is saying, just leave it in the past. Because those types of energies, looking at your cards here, like I said, you're moving forward towards being booked and busy. Here we have 9 of Wands. Yep. So you're now in the light about some things, of how you could have been burned out by certain types of energies. Page of Wands. Source is saying, here we have triple, like I said, booked and busy again. Source is Ace of Wands. Like I said, triple booked and busy. Source is, I'm telling you, when I say you inspire more people than you realize, Cancer, that's an understatement. So when you decide when you're obedient and say, okay, I need to close out some cycles in my life, I need to move on from some things, I need to stop considering going back to carrying other people's energy where I'm overwhelmed, they're boiling hot emotions, and I need to move on from that, just evaporating you. That's when, so because the longer you stay in it, the more and more you're operating in fear. Source is going to keep giving you a tower moment. Tower moment is actually a good thing to just reminding you, you're not going backwards to that. You're not going backwards to anything where you may be not focusing on your purpose, right? So when we talk about the Tower card, so it's just saying, no, just keep on moving forward. You're being reminded, a lot of downloads are coming through in your spirit, that things are not as black and white as you may have thought they were, right? So we got all the fire signs up here. We have Aries through Tower, because Aries is ruled by Mars. We got Sagittarius and Leo. So like I said before, with all this fire on the card, somebody is definitely moving forward. So you're no longer letting people burn you out, if that makes any sense. So let's see what else we got coming on. Let's see what else we got coming up for you all, Cancers. This is very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah. Queen of Cups again. So what I see coming your way is other energies who have gone through the same thing, right? Where they've had to learn how to pour into themselves. Right, and so let's see what else we got. Here we have Page of Swords. So you'll be meeting somebody soon. You'll be meeting someone soon, in business and business and personal, if that's what you've been praying for. So, So we have so here we have Ten of Swords. Yeah, you've gone through a lot of, so whatever anxiety you may have been having about what you're leaving behind is coming to an end very soon. Very, very, very soon. So keep yourselves busy, keep praying, keep thanking Source in advance that you see yourself moving, or you see yourself, just even if you're not physically moving, just kind of like, moving through these phases of just leaving a lot of stuff behind. Somebody's life is about to change in a major way. It's about to change in a major way. And like I said, you have you have a loved one that's overseeing all of it. Yep. So they're just saying, get off the fence. Don't give it any more of your brain power. Don't even think about it. Just keep on moving forward. Here we have the Empress card. Yep. And so Somebody is about to you've given birth to a lot of creative ideas, right? That's why you see so much fire here. So you have a lot of great ideas. You're a strong leader. Your creativity is growing. Your confidence is growing. Your bravery is growing. Your determination is growing to operate in your purpose because you inspire and motivate a lot of people. Your optimism is growing. Your passion is growing. Your enthusiasm is growing. Like I said, this that your humor is growing, your cheer is growing. Like, so a person is like, okay, you're about to give birth to all of this because this is what you're spreading, and it's spreading like wildfire. Like, people are starting to know you as being this creative, funny energy that inspire and motivate other people. And so, yeah, of course, energies from your past want to resurface. They want to connect with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But you have learned that, and there it is. I couldn't even get the card out fast enough. They do want to reach out to you. It's some energies that are, some of your exes want to reach out to you. Certain family members want to be connected to you because of that warmth that you, and for them, guess what? Because they overlooked your inspiration, like how you pray for people and don't pray on people. I'm trying to tell you, when Source sent you across some people's path, the people's path, Cancer, they never saw anything like it, that you would not burn them even though they tried to burn you, that you took the high road, if that makes any sense. And so when I tell you that, just the way, it's something that they prayed for. They prayed for somebody who would not turn on them, or somebody who wouldn't burn. These are some of your family members, some of your exes, people that you come across that you may have thought about dating. They prayed for somebody like you, and then when you had to close out the assignment and move on, because sources needed to give them a taste of that there are other people out here that's like Cancer that won't burn you when the cycle is closed. They sitting there like, oh my God, I really fumbled that. I messed that up, right? But again, Source is sending you on your journey, sending you on your way. So you're going to come in contact, like I said before, with other people who you've inspired. And then, like I said, it's just things are taking off like a wildfire in a very positive way for you. So just stay the course. Stay the course. You're having a tower moment. Yep, what I say? Some people from your past are thinking about you, and you would not go back to them, family members, ex-love interests, or whatever, if you saw a pig fly through with wings. And so that lets you know you're closer and closer to some good news that you've been praying about is coming across your path. So congratulations to you. Just continue protecting your emotions. Continue protecting yourself, right? Because somebody right now is really lamenting over the fact that they just didn't see what your purpose was in their lives. They just could not see it. So they can look like they're crying for something else, but their spirit is like they're on that frequency of just thinking like, wow, you know, I miss the way Cancer used to make me laugh. I miss the way, Cancer used to pour creativity. I miss the way, if you're a singer, I miss being around Cancer singing or playing instruments. I miss the way, in other words, I miss the way some of your exes, like I miss the way that Cancer used to love me, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people are just, like I said, they missing you. And I miss the way Cancer used to talk to me, and I haven't, and they watching you, right? They watching you, and they still saying, like, Cancer still not saying anything negative about me. Why? Because you're sitting on your throne, Queen of Cups. You're a very compassionate person. So those are the people that Source are aligning you with right now, and just in your soul community, people who are not out here bashing other people because they can't control their emotions. They're like, no, I'm turning off the water faucet. I don't even want to be contaminated by that type of energy. So that's why new money is coming across your path. Yep, that's the reason why new money is coming across your path, because you're not out here bashing people. Here we also have the Eight of Pentacles. Yep, you have at least 8 streams of income in you, at least. And Source is saying this is your year. Somebody's going to feel very fortunate this year because, again, your positivity, your inspiration, you're not out here burning people. You only have nothing but nice things to say about people. You don't have anything negative to say about at all. Here we also have the Ace of Pentacles, financial independence. That's what I'm saying. Like, wow. Source is saying get your rest. Because, again, what you're moving towards are other people who are financially independent. They're not coming to you because they need a handout. They coming to you because, again, you poured into them, and you've been, and vice versa. They poured into you. and creativity is growing. So sit down and meditate and see yourself in those types of communities. See yourself in those. There's no such thing as perfect, but there are people who, when I look at your cards, Cancer, who know how that when they feel like their water getting low, they go back by themselves. They'll go back into their crab shell and replenish their water so that they're not a terror to people, right? And so that's what I'm saying for you. That's what I'm saying for you. And so that's beautiful to just be around that kind of a community. They're not backbiting, self-serving, soon as just because they still connected to a bunch of they connected to a bunch of people that's in survival mode. So they feel like, oh, I gotta get Cancer before Cancer gets me, talking and gossiping about. They still have not heard anything negative about them come out of your mouth. They haven't heard it from anybody that you're connected to. They haven't heard, if you're if you're on a platform, they haven't heard it, right? They haven't heard it, right? And so, yeah, they're not ready for, they're not ready for things to close out. But for you, it's already fulfilled. You've already said, I've gone from the beginning to the end on this, and I'm just moving on from it. But they are not ready for things to be fulfilled in their spirit. They feel like, I still want to connect with Cancer in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? So they definitely somewhere trying to do some kind of magic. Yeah, they somewhere trying to do some kind of magic, to somehow keep you from moving on from them. So if you're planning on physically moving somewhere, let's say you're trying to relocate, they're trying to do everything they could possibly do to stop you from moving in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And trying to appeal to your emotions. If they physically have any connection with you, they're definitely trying to keep you, connected. But Source is saying, turn off the emotional valve. Here we have the 10 of coins, because their goal is to build a legacy with you. But Sources already have some energies that you're building legacy with. They know that you have at least 8 streams of income in you. And so Source is saying, for them, they're in the 4 in reverse. They're like, okay, so 4 upright would be more conservative with your time, and they're like, I'm gonna give it all I got. I'm focusing on, I gotta keep Cancer near me, right? So here we have Father of Knives. So I feel like somebody has a very wise ancestor. You have very wise ancestors around you that's saying to you, you already know why, because they've never had your kind of water, meaning they've never had your kind of nurturing where you're not backbiting and self-serving and hurting people and stuff like that. And so this Tower card came out. I definitely see them having a Tower moment. That's their awakening, right? That's their awakening of like, oh my God. It's two, like I said, 2 types of energies having a Tower moment. This is upright in this deck right here. And Source is like, they can have all the Tower moments they want, but you also had a Tower moment. It's like you're determined to get as far away from those types of energies as possible. Yeah, you're not responsible for when people wake up to your value in their lives, and Source is definitely saying, keep tossing whatever you need to in a burning bowl and continue moving forward, because just as determined as they are to stay connected to you, you are determined to keep them as far away from you as possible. So yeah, so what I say, keep moving forward. That's it, keep moving forward. So yeah, they never stop loving you. They never stop loving you, but they're an incubus. They're an incubus. You're healing from the pain that they caused. Yep, you're healing from the pain that they caused. Yep. And so, yeah, somebody was definitely trying to keep you boxed in, like trying to control you, right? Trying to control your joy, trying to control your sensuality, your sexuality. They were trying to control your creativity. They were trying to control your money. They were trying to control how you made your money, trying to control who you made money with, like trying to control everything. But you are who they prayed for, right? But see, they didn't recognize an answered prayer right in their face. But guess what? The next one will. The next one will recognize that you are an answered prayer in business and in love. So it's a lot of people that's having a Tower moment right now. Like, oh my God, I had no idea that Cancer was just this warm-hearted. I didn't know Cancer inspired as many people as they inspire, but they know now. Yep, Cancer. So keep being a very kind-hearted person, because you are absolutely who people pray for. But it's not your responsibility to keep convincing people that you're a kind-hearted person. It's not your response. If they've been drinking, you know, if they've been drinking, you know, flavored water their whole life, and to the point where they've lost taste for just pure water, that really can nurture every cell in their body. Sources like, that's not your problem. Yeah, some energies. You've already been through enough soul contracts in your life to know, that's not a contract I want to set. I want to sign with energies. So somebody definitely knows their worth as being a very compassionate person, and that's all you needed to learn was your worth. You're just adjusting your crown and moving on. Some people are like, "Oh my God, you're so wise. You're so kind. I heard so many horrible things about you, Cancer." You go with what you heard then. Yep. So it's a lot of people that you're leaving behind. And there were a lot of people that thought they were going to use secrets against you. Once you flushed all that stuff out and moved on, like I said, you like this. Break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. Pegasus. That number 3 lets me know that you were born to inspire. And so you've definitely inspired a lot of other people to kind of break free of their situations. And they just didn't recognize it until you broke free of them. Mm-hmm. All right, Cancers, this is nice. So I trust my inner voice. It goes right back to your gifts right there. You trust your inner voice. So congratulations. Oh my God, somebody is really tapped in and tuned into that inner voice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, Cancers. I absolutely love this for you because, like I said before, to get to your throne of emotions as a water sign, that's not an easy task, because you had to be, if you were nurtured, like looking at the cards here, sometimes people feel like they weren't nurtured enough, and some people feel like they were smothered in nurturing, so it could have been from one extreme to the next. But somebody definitely learned how to balance things out. That's what I'm seeing here, right? So there it is. Somebody learned how to tap into that well of joy. I was created for a purpose, period. That's what this is right here. And that's what this Tower card is reminding somebody, is that they're high priestess energy, right? So I was created for a purpose. Great things happen to me each day. This is what you're speaking into your own life. My very presence is a blessing. That I'm telling you, that's what I said, Cancer. Every single energy source sent you across, that they prayed for you, and when source brought you into their lives and they didn't recognize, you said, you know what, eventually this is taking me away from my purpose, the reason why I'm here on this planet. So I gotta go. This is disrupting my peace. I believe in myself, right? Joy is a choice, and I choose joy. Greater is coming. I am enough. Yeah, staying connected to these energies that were trying to burn your water out cause you to feel like you don't feel like you're enough. You stop believing. Somebody at some point stopped believing in their own gifts. Now them gifts is on. They turned up higher. So I love it. Yeah. So somebody could have definitely felt like, you know. They were losing their intuition, but not now. I mean, like I said before, you moving on, and so there's some energies in particular. They are definitely trying to do some kind of magic to woo you back in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They may warm up to you, Cancer. They may, compliment you, try to make you trying to be warm and inviting and that kind of thing, because they already know you're on the cusp of something big happening. And so a source is saying, keep right on going forward. Don't go back. You're healing from the pain that they caused. That's it. You're healing from the pain that they caused. So here you are. I'm telling you, this goes to so many different types of people. They never stop loving you, but that love does not include you. Being boxed into something. That's why it says break free, dear one. Could you imagine somebody trying to, box your emotions in and then telling everybody, like trying to project onto you? They only coming to collect your fresh water, but then they dumping their toxicity back into your water and then telling everybody that you crazy. You're a hothead, you crazy, you got a bad temper, that kind of stuff. So anyway, here we have stone circle. So in ceremony, you conjure a devotion so deeply it reflects that worship into the self. So yeah, so that's what they were trying to tell people. You got a temper, something's wrong with you, you crazy. But moving forward, guess what? The energy that you're moving towards, the energies like in friendships and those kind of things, they prayed for you too. But the difference is that they'll recognize it because they went through the same things. 444, I am protected. Trust your journey. Trust the way that your life unfolds, Cancer. And trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. 444. See these three moons right here? Right here. So you got 444, and 4 is the earth number, right? So when you think about that number 3, you were born to inspire. hmm So yeah, so I'm telling you, you've been inspiring people more than you realize, more than you realize. hmm Yeah, but more than you realize, and um, when you think about three moons, and obviously you see this right here, just the you've been given this gift of just like this triple power, this maiden, this mother and crone, right? Um, which is right, it symbolizes both a separate stage in a female life cycle and the phase of the moon, and often like the realms of heaven, earth, and the underworld, right? So you pick up on people's beliefs so strong. This is how somebody gained this strength, right? You pick up on people's gifts so strong on earth, just their emotions here on earth. You pick up on their entire life cycle. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to describe, but somebody that it would be like equivalent to like you pick up on somebody's mother, their daughter, their mother, and grandmother, if that makes any sense. The son, the father, and grandfather. Like you pick up on their feminine energy, like where that came from, like how it downloaded into their spirit, Cancer, if that makes any sense. We're talking about the number 3. And so you picking up on people, you already know who has it in them to use dark magic to try to reel you back into some things, right? You know just by it's a lot of things in the physical that you know. So let's say the grandmother could have used dark magic, right? And so the let's say the mother could the grandmother could use dark magic to reel people back in. But they got to find out what the demons are, right? You got to find out what demons are to kind of use some kind of darkness on people, right? If it's fear, if it's doubt, if it's some kind of an addiction and those kind of things, right? Let's say that the mother uses darkness, but the mother is not as strong as the grandmother, and see if the daughter is not as strong as the mother, right? So the daughter may slip up and say something because she just doesn't know any better not to say anything. The mother may slip up and something about her energy, but see, the reason why I can't slip past you, Cancer, and I'm talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. The reason why I can't slip past you is because you all have the gift of being ruled by the moon. So you see right through people's emotions. You see what I'm saying? Like when you are really understand your power, Cancer, you can see right through people's emotions, right? And so unlike people who would say, I can see through people's BS, their belief system, you say, no, I know exactly what they need to nurture them in a healthy way. You see what I'm saying? And so when you know your power, you're not abusing your power. That's why when you move on from people's lives, Cancer, they can't for the life of them figure out what the heck just hit me. I feel like something like this surge of like fresh water just came through my system. And I want to stay connected to that. But if you don't know how to close out cycles, Cancer, you will stay connected to that and become that. You'll reflect that. It'll feel like such an out of body experience for you, Cancer, that you like, what the heck? I feel like I'm walking around stumbling off of some kind of a wine and spirit, like a different type of spirit that they projected into your system. So anyway, that's what I'm saying for you all, Cancers. Like I said, where you're going, you are who people prayed for, and so you're just healing from the pain that some energies called, and they want to stay connected to you. But I see you doing a cord cutting ceremony right away. I see you doing a cord cutting, so you don't even want to be connected to that. You don't want to inherit their. You don't want to inherit their burdens at all. You don't want to inherit their curses, the chains that they need to break. You don't even want to inherit that. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful, to you. But like I said before, joy. You've tapped into a well of joy within yourself. So they're gonna have to learn how to tap into a well within themselves to flush out all of that stuff. That's what I have for you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Again, happy Freedom Friday. This message is for the 1st of March to the 1st of April. I will see you on your Sunday reading. Here are the questions for the moon in Sagittarius. First question is, what is your heart yearning to learn and do? The second question is, where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? The third question is, what are the main challenges on your path to your envisioned futures? Your fourth question is, are there ways to solidify your foundation for taking off, perhaps saving money so that you can leave your job or learning a new skill? And then last but not least is, are you on your path, right? Because they're on their path, right? But you're definitely who people pray for. And so it's not, again, I can't reiterate this, and I don't mean to extend this, but it's not up to you for people to figure out, as you're walking out of their lives, that, oh my God, what the heck was going on that I could not see, that cancer was an answered prayer. Like, what the heck? And so some people, they go right into darkness. I gotta somehow reel them back in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They lighting fires and candles. They doing all of this stuff, but they don't realize you've already tossed that into a burning bowl. So there's no way in any Hades are you going back to their hell of confusion. So that is what I have for you, and I would see you all in the next reading. Bye.